Tonight, on a very special All Sorts of Words, Gregorio and Jessica have a night on the town.
So you've never really been to a speakeasy before? Why, I've never been to the black part of town before. Well, it's a true gas. Ricky from All Sorts of Words is doing a poetry reading tonight. Oh yeah? Is he any good? He's only a genius. Hush now, it's starting. I'm sorry, Mama. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry. But tonight, I'm cleaning out my comic book closet. Well, what did I tell you? A true fella, is he not? But those were just Eminem lyrics. He just added a non sequitur about a comic book closet. I don't understand. What did I say?
I knew you'd ruin this. Oh, here we go. The worst part, the absolute worst part, is that you made my mother write about you. You just can't stand that I see through your pretentious nonsense.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. You're uncultured and trash. Hey everybody, it's Ricky from All Sorts of Words, and no, that title was not clickbait. For the next few years, I will no longer be actively collecting comic books. But that statement does require a heaping helping of context. This is my office. This is effectively my entire universe. This is where I work 5 days a week and stream from. That bookshelf over there, that is where I stand for all my videos and house my books. That TV, that's where I do all my video gaming from. And then over there, that's where I display some of my higher end comics, as well as keep all of my DVDs, anime, video games, and some miscellaneous figures. Heck, I wrote 2 books sitting on this very couch. This room does a lot of heavy lifting. You see, my wife and I, we have a deal. Over the entire house, for every design decision, she gets 2 votes and I only get 1. From the couch cushions to the refrigerator magnets, she gets to make the final call. If she's on the fence about something, she'll definitely take into consideration my feelings, but out there, she is the master and commander of the house. She literally even decides like what flowers get planted outside. But I get this room. If I want to rip everything out of here and turn it into a gym, paint all of the walls, or set it up so that it looks like my Japanese body pillow, Ryuko-chan, is playing Super Nintendo, I can do that. No one but me can say what happens inside these 4 walls. This is my room and I'm a collector. I collect books, I collect video games and comics. Hell, I even collect bookmarks so that every time I read a new book, I can have a fresh, never used before bookmark. Or I even obsessively like pick certain bookmarks for certain series that I've been working my way through. I'm a collector, but I'm a complex person. I don't want any one collection overshadowing the others. So I have lots of strategies to keep all of these different things in order. Books go over here, video games go over there, and comic books go into the closet. Look, if I wanted to, I could paint every inch of my walls in the thousands of comic books in that closet. But this is a calming place for lots of different types of activities that I enjoy, and that would just be way too noisy for me to calm down in. So this is how I handle my comics. I only display 3 comic books at a time, and this accomplishes a few different things. One, I get a fun weekly ritual where I get to take the books down and put 3 new ones up. that reflect my mood or a character I'm into or even the season. 2, picking 3 books, I want to keep them tangentially related, so it forces me into like a theming exercise. So for example, this is Supergirl, Krypto, and the Legion of Superheroes, so this is kind of like my Silver Age Superman run, but maybe some other time I'll do something like the Judge Dredd first appearances. And usually when I do a switch out, I get a really fun Instagram post that actually gets a lot of traction. And for 3, it keeps a hobby that could easily overrun all the other aspects of my personality deeply in check. It is a piece of my life, but the rest of it, the overwhelming majority, goes into that closet so I don't have to overwhelm the rest of my room with it. But now we come to the problem. I am 100% out of space. I no longer have any room for any of my collectibles, seemingly all at once. Each designated area and spot I have for my collectibles is at complete capacity. Just like, look at this. Like, these are some of my 2000 AD books. This is a stack of like what I'm reading. This is all my camera equipment for the show. My sneakers, my sneaker collection takes up all of that. This is like New 52 and a bunch of stuff. Oh, we have another side. Don't even hold on. These are just, this stack up here is random keys. This is all the first appearance of Legion of Superheroes. This black box here is the entire run of Sandman. All of that miscellaneous nonsense, not necessarily in bags and boards. All of that is the first appearances of the Addams Family. It's madness, man. And then if you look at my books, you don't see this on the camera, but I've had to start putting them on the side and the bottom. I need some reorganization in here. I have a friend who's borrowed about 4 or 5 Switch games. If he brings them back, I have nowhere to put them. And then even over here, like, I got this Godzilla collection for my birthday from my wife, and where do you even put it? There's no room. I have one more Godzilla DVD coming in from the Heisei era to round off that collection, and that's completely full. I have no more room for anything. It's too much. Now, I just told you all of that so I could tell you this. 2 years and some change ago, my wife and I got priced out of living in New Hampshire. We were paying, no joke, like $2,000 a month in rent. And if we wanted to buy a house and continue to live in New Hampshire, man, it wouldn't have worked. We would have been completely house poor. We enjoy going on vacations and doing stuff like day to day. We enjoy just like randomly deciding we don't want to cook tonight and going out to dinner. The type of debt we would be in if we bought a house in New Hampshire, it would have crippled us. But we found out that if we just picked up and moved 2 hours north to sunny Lewiston, Maine, all of a sudden we are saving day one about $1,000 a month in what we would be spending living in New Hampshire. It was too good of a deal to pass up. So we came up with a plan because we didn't want to abandon our home forever. So we said, here's what we'll do. We'll move to Lewiston and we'll save up a ton of money. Just that change. Like I said, that $1,000 less a month adds up over a couple of years. And we'll stay there in Lewiston for about 3 to 4 years. And in the final year that we're going to be there, we're going to go full bore Dave Ramsey and have beans and rice for a year. And we will have such a ridiculous amount of money, like literally over 6 figures, that we can return home prodigal son style and get any house that we want. But part of that deal was in the final year that we were going to be living here, that part-time job that I have as a college professor, the same one my wife has, same exact part-time job. That job that has made buying all of these ridiculous and expensive comic books possible. In that final year, both of us will dedicate that second salary into this overall house fund so we can shoot it to the flippin' moon. Now, I believe personally that God, the universe, Mother Nature, karma, Taylor Swift, whatever you want to call it, that governs our existence, doesn't just send you signs. Sometimes it sends you billboards. Take into account this final year of living here being the big year of savings. Take into account the fact that each and every one of my collectibles is now officially at peak capacity before it starts to look gross. And take into account the recent videos and tone I've had in them about showing things like more gratitude for what I already have, and even lightly touching on some real feelings I've been having about maybe some of this being shopping addiction. Taking into account all of that, I think God is sending me a certified letter telling me to stop, not slow down, not only limit myself to dollar bins every now and then, but like to fully stop. So for the next year, I won't have any money to spend on comic books or video games. For this next year, I'm being forced into finally reckoning with all the books I haven't read yet that I've collected, all the comics that I've collected that I haven't read, the video games that I've collected that I haven't beat. And then after that year is over, right, you'd think I'd want to run back to buying collectibles, and maybe I will start rationing some money to it again. But in that best case scenario, we've now moved into our forever home. Won't I want to make my new sanctum sanctorum over there? Or maybe I'll want to build my dream movie theater I've always wanted to. 1 year of teaching for me is $16,000. That means like a year and 6 months puts me into actually making a legitimate movie theater in my own home. That's really tempting. So I've been putting off making this video because it's kind of a declaration that I'm just, for the foreseeable years, I'm done spending money. The last hurrah of anything I do is going to be Terrificon coming up with my friends, where even then, these mindsets have kind of affected me in such a way that I'm just kind of chilling out, and I'm more going to have fun with my friends. I'm more going to make really fun videos for y'all than it is about, I'm going to go buy a big sexy book. So that's why I'm making this video. This isn't a grand, I'm quitting YouTube, but rather I'm transitioning away from this, for me at least, psychotic obsession with acquisition and into a part of my life and a phase for this channel that I'm calling the gratitude arc. A time of my life where I learn to appreciate that which I already have and not obsess so much over that which I don't. I'm still gonna make content that you have to turn down when your spouse walks in the room because it embarrasses you. But yeah, I do want to make this hobby less about money and more about affection. So it's in that spirit that I want to begin this new gratitude arc with a statement of thanks. If you've been with me on this journey for any length of time, thank you. If this is your first time dropping by and subscribing or just leaving a comment, thank you. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for sticking around. Love you, bye.